There's an AI bubble starting to crack here as the NASDAQ continues its slide, S&P down just under 1%, oil up tremendously, and markets teetering here on support. We could also be looking at a possible reversal in flows as well as we get through options X here. It's Friday, July 17th, and a lot to cover. I'm doing the video just before 3 o'clock. I would love to wait for the close. I hate doing this right now. But I don't know, you probably hear it behind me. It's very dark in here. We got some storms in the area, and I've already heard some power outages and stuff. So I want to get this out here so we at least get something here. Because I did do a video yesterday. But yeah, markets here a little bit, with the gap down. We talked about it this morning, 74.80 area. And that was a level I didn't take personally. I just hate trading OPEX, but I know some of the members in my trading room did, and it was a nice long there. And the market's off the lows here. I would have liked it if we had just hit 740 SPY before doing that, which would have been a little kind of like double bottom thing from July 8th. The Qs did hit double bottom though from, not that day, from the June low, June 9th. And they did bounce off of that. Couple of things here. It's OPEX. So, how much of the gap down here is any sort of macro related or anything else related fundamentally or positioning, and how much of it is just they need us to close at 700 and 745. We'll find out here by the close. I can't pretend to tell you which way it's going to go. I could see us ripping face. I could see us dumping out. I could see us pinning. It's OPEX. It's very difficult to kind of predict that. That's why I don't like trading it. You hear that thunder there? Maybe it's a sign here. But nonetheless, I can't predict it. But what I will do is we'll talk about a few things I find interesting. One of them being, let's just start with Bitcoin. That's green on the day. And it's not just green. It was massively red. And now it is up just under 1% here. So it's holding onto that inverse head and shoulder pattern. As you can see there, we'll talk about that later. Another thing here for the bulls is DRAM. This was actually above yesterday's high at one point. And if we do bounce into the close of the next hour, this could easily pop back to an engulfing. I mean, all it's got to do is jump another dollar here. Semiconductors, SMH, was also very close to green at one point. They could, come back and at least reclaim yesterday's low. So it's not... the market's definitely down, but the Qs are holding. They're holding that double bottom support, and the sectors that are supposedly should be the weakest are actually holding up pretty well, and the Qs are actually kind of leading the recovery. You see the higher high there on the Qs versus the equal high on the SPY, and the lower highs on the Russell and the Dow. Right, so definitely find that to be interesting. Another positive here is that today we have a lot of it's a negative. We have the pinning kind of roll off with OPEX, but VIX-PRI is not until next Wednesday. So there is still a little bit of vol pinning at the index level until that. And another thing too, another wild card here is Mag 7 earnings coming up next week. So a lot of question marks here going into next week. And a lot of calls about about the head and shoulders here on SMH. And the last one did not work out that way. I would have actually liked it if we could have gotten a nice dump to the 100-day today, but that was not the case, and we did bounce, so it makes it a little bit trickier. I talked about this morning, but beta, or I should say momentum versus SPX, is at a low going back to January 2023. So, semis are very much hated here, and if you recall, Jan 2023 was a very good time to buy stocks, specifically beta and tech. So, which is surprising because we're only, we've only been going down for a month. Another thing too is flows-wise, it's not a coincidence that we topped out right after literally 1 day after June OPEX, and we've been going down into July OPEX. We have a lot of call decay there, right? Dealer has to hedge the stock long, but if there's too many calls in the market, finally at some point, they'll start selling those longs back. and that creates a reflexive move down. So that will roll off too. So perhaps if we don't crash and it's not 1929, SMH might take over again, and then the bears can pretend that they care about the breadth again, because the breadth has been really good. Not so much today, but it's been pretty good lately, and we've had nice sector rotation. Outside of that, I would love to see a little slide here. I mean, correlation's still at like a 6, even with the pop today. And I was saying this yesterday, I don't think I've ever seen Apple up. I mean, this is 10% here in 2 days, and we're flat to positive today with the Qs down 5% in the same amount of time. Like that's like unheard of. And Apple at new all-time highs too, not just up, like at new all-time highs. Yes, I know. It's because of the semiconductors. I get it. Believe it or not, you don't need to tell me again. I do watch this every day, but yeah, it's, Apple's still a $4 trillion company, so typically drags the Nasdaq up. But yeah, wild dispersion. I'd like to see a sell for the bears here. You got oil creeping up, new contract, gas creeping up too. So there could be something coming over the weekend with that. And for the bears too, you did lose that. I call it 710. It's like 29.3 to 4 on NQ. So, from a structural perspective, that's a problem. But we are holding that low. So I guess we'll just remain to be seen on Monday. For bulls, you want to reclaim 710 on the Qs. I think it'll be pretty obvious, like pretty quickly. So we'll see what happens into the close. DRAM, watch that if that engulfs, and if semis get back to flat, that's a big positive there. And bond yields were down too. PM's up on the day also. Russell actually went green at one point, so did the Dow. SMH we talked about 1,000 times. SOX did go green also. Cloud's been holding up, still in a tight range here. It's not the worst. Oracle, I would have liked that at 120. Didn't quite get there. It is green on the day though. Transports here flattish, and I had a good day yesterday. TLT obviously held 84 by the end of the week, like we figured. We'll see what it does next week. XHB down, IYR. I mean, this is like, it finally had a breakout day. Of course, it had to close red here, because this is like an inverse semis play, right? All the stuff that nobody cares about is rallying when semis come in, right? Because of the dispersion, right? We're at correlations at 4. So as soon as IYR tops intraday, semis bottom. And, it kind of went that way for, I think, yeah, healthcare, right? Same kind of deal there. Banks holding up all right. XLF, sorry. It must be the credit cards, Doug, because I was looking at JPM. JPM flat. KRE is down, but inside day, though. Broker-dealers down here. Yeah, retesting that pivot. Again, oil up nicely, showing some strength here into the end of the week. You got a futures gap there at 82. 85 is a lot of resistance. XLE, nice day, gapping above the 100. XOP, nice day as well. And OIH here, a little bit of a dip this week, so closing. Yeah, this one kind of trades a little on its own, to the beat of its own drum a little bit, but it is green today. And then we have the dollar, not doing much. It's flat for a 2% down day in NQ, or it was down 2% at one point. Gold getting a nice rebound, but it still looks really bear flaggy. Above 4,200 could fail though. Silver basically testing 55, rebound there. Again, pattern's not great yet. Platinum, palladium got hit yesterday after nice bounces, and then copper here also getting hit, but off the lows. And then, yeah, like lastly, Bitcoin here, here's your pocket of strength in the market, right? So go figure. Looks like it was going to fail, and then it popped right back up. We'll see what happens over the weekend here. But that is still alive. So Spider's trying to bounce up to 745. If we pin there, it wouldn't shock me. But again, just take these moves with a grain of salt on OPEX. Like this is, I mean, we gapped down V-shaped and then we went sideways, right? That's not a coincidence. So we'll see what happens over the weekend. 1929 might be confirmed. If not, we'll look for rotation into semis. But anyways, guys, I'll wrap it up here. You guys take care. Don't forget to come find me on carnivoretrades.com. Subscribe to the channel, all the good stuff. We'll see you guys all on Monday.